Okay, everybody, a very good morning. Uh, this has been something that we have been thinking for a long time, and this is a long overdue thing that we are doing today. And we are very excited about this whole thing as a team, as a group, and I'm sure you all will be very excited. For last 20 years, we have lived with a logo, though as a company, we have reinvented ourselves because in the age of digital, you cannot live a single life for more than 4 5 years. You have to keep reinventing yourself, which we have done successfully, but we never lived up to kind of change our the visual presence of the company. We never kind of revamped how we look, how we feel to the external world. To some extent, that was a little bit of a letdown for me, and today I am along with all my friends and colleagues and all of you, we are fixing that by relaunching IndusNet's new vision and the new brand identity. So right in front of you, you see the new IndusNet logo and IndusNet tagline. So I'll tell a little bit more about that. I hope you are liking it, and obviously we'll also take your feedback on it. But this is a dream that has come true after almost several months of hard work by Zion, helped by Alkesh, Shrikant, inputs from Bharat. Everybody has contributed towards it, and we have a beautiful thing. So I think it's very important that we all say the same language when we are understanding and talking about IndusNet. So it's a good day that with a new brand identity we also revise and understand what IndusNet really stands for. So who are we? So different people say different things, and they are not wrong. All the versions of everybody's explanation of IndusNet is right. At some point of time, because over last 20 years, 22 years, we have evolved from a hosting company to a web design company for SME, to a web development company, then moving into a complete application development company. And today we are working for large enterprises. So this has been a major evolution. So I think at times a particular image of the company stays with us, and it sticks along with us. And I think it is very important that all of us have a singular view of what IndusNet is all about, what INTNs are all about. And that is the whole purpose of driving this new exercise where we are talking about the new brand image and what we expect to achieve. So who are we? We are a software product engineering partner for financial services, healthcare, and retail businesses. Of course, the company can do things which are a little deviated from this, but this is our core statement. This is our core objective. This is our core work that we do. We build software products for financial service, healthcare, and retail businesses. That's what IndusNet is all about. What do we do? What do we do for these companies? We create real sustainable value, right, and deliver digital success at the confluence of technology, analytics, and marketing. So you have to remember these three words, which are very important for the future of IndusNet in days to come: technology, analytics, and marketing. Right. So technology overall is driven by the IndusNet core. Marketing is driven by TechShoe, and analytics is one space you should look out for announcement, because this is one space we will build very rapidly in days to come. So we will look at organic as well as inorganic growth. This means we will look to build internal capability as well as acquisitions in this space. So you should keep tuned in, and I will keep updating you as things move and as we make progress in that area. Why us? Why should people work with us? And a lot of times in marketing parlance, we call it value proposition. I think IndusNet is well positioned as a company which is very fast and flexible. We are enterprise grade. We provide value-added consultation to clients. We provide skin in the game, and we have great customer success stories, and our customers rave about us. So you talk with any customer that how do you like IndusNet, they will say great things. And of course, all the credit for that goes to the wonderful team that we all are working with. So each of one of you are responsible for this, and each one of you should congratulate each other for that. This specific last parameter that is differentiating us from the rest of the businesses in the world in our segment. So today's presentation, I just want to walk you through about what INT version 3.0 is all about. Why we have doing it. What is the creed? So creed is something that a company lives by and dies by, right? It is the value internally, the value that people hold on to, and obviously the creed will also lead to the value system of the company, the vision of the company, a detailed look at we will spend some time having a detailed look at the logo and how we came to this logo. and how the INT group looks like today. But before all this, it's important that what INT version 3.0 stands for the world, right? The 4 words define it very clearly: focus, innovate, simplify, and deliver. So we bring all our focus together to create and get into the right segments. We don't get into every segment. We are not going to be everything for everyone. We will only be certain. We will be a certain partner of certain caliber, certain dimension for certain industries, right? And we will talk a little bit more about that. Our whole presence is around innovation. And what do we do by innovating? We try to simplify things. And when we innovate and simplify, we at the end of the day, we end up delivering the outcome that the clients expect from us. So this is what the whole broad level idea of INT 3.0 is all about. The new IndusNet that you see is going to adhere to this thought process going forward. In a very simple way, if I have to explain this, it's embracing the power of focus and simplicity to deliver sustainable digital success to our customers, right? So we have to get away with complex words. We have to get away with complex concepts. I think everything which is complex, it's our job to simplify it for our clients. Complexity should only stay with us, and the people come to us for getting simple advice, because simple is what they can actually act upon. If we tell someone, we start explaining someone the complexity of digital, we start explaining someone complexity of digital banking or online insurance system, people are not interested in that. They are interested in that, how can you simplify things for them and how can you make it work for them? How do we do this? We do it through a team driven by passion for transparency, learning, collaboration, and innovation. And we will talk about more on that, because that is something that is not only important for all of us. We all have to live by these values. And I'm more than happy to have your inputs about what do you think about these values that we are restructuring for IndusNet. Most of these values we already live by, a majority of the people. It's just that we have to make it extremely consistent, and we have to make sure that's part of our life. So why are we changing this? So there are 4 major reasons why we are bringing this change. As a company, we are a testimony of continuous evolution. Adaptability, sustainability, and customer success, right? For last 22 years, the only reason why we are in the game, why we are growing in this game, is because we have been doing all these things, right? We have been evolving, we have kept pace with the market, we have adapted as per the external circumstances, we have focused on building a sustainable company rather than just a fast growing company, and last but not the least, all this has happened because we have always worked for customer success. Second reason is our current identity is a reflection of our past, and trust me, this is the most important reason why we are doing this complete revamp of IndusNet. We need a new identity to reflect our present and vision for our future. So right now, whatever you see as a beautiful IndusNet logo that we put together 20 years back, that somehow is just remaining as a reflection of our past. We have gone through all that, we have had a beautiful time, but I think we need to now look at our present, where are we present today, and what is our vision for the future. Possibly our current identity does not reflect that very beautifully. And I think that is very important that we do that. Our value system, the core value remains always the same, which is customer success. And we have now made it more loud and clear that customer success is our core value, is the most important value that we work for. But there are a lot of other things that I have identified which has made us successful and which are important to make us even more successful in days to come. And those are the values that we are adopting formally today. A lot of you already live and die by that values, right? We will talk about that. Our value system, value proposition has evolved, as I said, so should the face and voice of the organization. Right? So if we have changed, why we will not speak about that change, why we will not reflect that change in our communication across the world? Because the world will only perceive us the way we position us and we present us. And unfortunately, we generally present us much, much lower or much tamer than what we are. We are a much more aggressive, we are a far more talented bunch of people, but our presentation is not close to what we are. So this is also an effort to get our presentation up to the mark so that the world perceives us in the right way. And it is also an important need right now to build a more focused, aggressive, ambitious, and sustainable organization. I think our growth rate is there, but it has slowed down. We need to kind of bring in new energy. And I think there is no better time than current time to bring in this new energy, because I think the whole world is going to move towards digital because of the COVID crisis that we are seeing today. I know there is a silver lining, and the silver lining is in our favor. And I think we should all do our best to make the most of it. So these are 4 reasons why we are doing this change in the company's brand identity, in the company's overall direction. And I will look forward for a lot of your support in making it happen. So our creed, what we call the creed, is also kind of a war cry. So why all of what is inside our heart? What do we really want to do? What do we want to make? Why do we want to change the world, right? And what change we want to bring in the world as a group of people? This is what it talks. So we seek and spread knowledge. I think spreading knowledge is very important for us, and seeking knowledge, which means continuous learning and continuous teaching, is very, very critical as a group. So when we started off our discussion on the Stanford Seed program, most of the people came and said that, we would like to spread knowledge. That is, there was mission of their life, most of the people, I think, and that is somewhere all of you feel that knowledge should be available to everyone and we should spread knowledge. Now the knowledge, obviously we will, it is also internal for us. Until unless we learn and we are updated, we cannot update other people, right? And we are looking at knowledge in multiple contexts. The first one, of course, is about our running, our professional knowledge. So we seek and spread knowledge, practice brutal honesty, and creates real sustainable value in the world. So make sure that we are practicing brutal honesty. We are saying a spade a spade. We are not trying to just lie around to a customer because we feel that he will feel better about it, or even say very, very sweet things to someone just because he should feel great about talking to you. I think we should be honest and upfront. Yes, we should be respectful while we do that. And we create real sustainable value in this world, because there are lots of metrics people talk about. Most of the metrics has no value for the customer. Most of metrics has no value for the business, but people show those beautiful things to show that they are doing good work. We are talking about real work. We are talking about real value that we can deliver to customers, right? And why? Because this world, unfortunately today, as we see the world, it's plagued with bullshit, hype and misinformation, right? You will see people create hype of new technology almost overnight, right? They spread misinformation that nothing in the world can move without this, right? In fact, if you look at the world where we are talking about analytics, machine learning and artificial intelligence, every company which comes and say that we work at artificial intelligence, whereas what they are doing many times, they are not doing anything beyond making a report, which has been done for last tens of years. We have been doing that. So I think people as a customer, and consumers should be kept away from this kind of hype and misinformation and useless talk that happens. We should be very crisp, clear, focused, and up to the point. And talk about customers' benefit. That is the overall thinking process that I think as a young company we have brought in. It is already being practiced. I think we have to just adopt it as a what we call a war cry, that we will change the world by making this happen, right? So we seek and spread knowledge, practice brutal honesty, and create real sustainable value in a world which is currently plagued with bullshit, hype, and misinformation. So what are the main INT values? I think we have already, we live a lot of them, but I would like to just go through that very quickly and just let you know what does it mean. Transparency, brutal honesty, and pragmatic approach. This means that we will work with full transparency. We will be absolutely honest with each other. We will not just say something to make someone happy or just make someone feel good. We will tell them real feedback. We will give them real feedback, be it internal, be it external, and we will have a practical approach. But at the end of the day, the most important thing in practicing the value number 1 is that we have to be respectful. If we are not respectful, we are causing more problem than what we are solving. Second is learning and spreading knowledge, which of course is part of our creed. Third is the fundamental principle on which IndusNet has been built, which is we win when our clients win. So at the end of the day, if the client is not successful, we cannot be successful. Because if you see, most of the businesses that we do and most of the revenues that the company generate comes from 85% of the clients who do repeat business with us. And these are those clients whose business has been benefited extensively by IndusNet. So if they win, if they benefit, they always come back and we don't have to go after them, and they themselves are our brand ambassadors. As a company, I have found over a period of time, there has been a sense of entitlement in some areas. And obviously, sense of entitlement is not just only in IndusNet, but everywhere in the world. Wherever there is some achievement, people become complacent, people start looking for entitlements. People start saying, okay, since I'm at this position, or since I have worked for 20 years, or if I have worked for 5 years, this is what I should be like. Right? I think we need a culture of no entitlement so that we can encourage fresh talent, we can encourage young talent, and we can all work as equals, as equal individuals together. And this is very, very important for all of us. Because our past should not define what our future is. And for someone who's coming young and new in the company, for him, his future should be purely decided by the capability and the contribution he brings on the table, and not just based on the designation he earns from the company, not just based on what kind of an institution he has come from. At the end of the day, if he can contribute, great. If he can lead from the front, if he can generate value, he should be praised and he should be rewarded for that. Excellence. At the end of the day, excellence is something that we all need to deliver, because that is what the client expects. It directly links to the client success, but excellence that does not lead to client success has no value for us. We need to make sure that whatever we are doing is at a point of excellence and it is aligned to the customer's real needs. Sixth is fast and flexible. As an organization, as a young organization, people expect that IndusNet would be extremely fast and flexible, and that is also should be an internal thought process, that we should not try to move very slow or kind of do things in a rigid way. Process in this world that we are living in, processes will change every day, systems will change every day, a lot of things will change, but there are a few things that should not change almost every day, which is like the company's value system, the company's broad goals. These are the things which will remain constant. But overall, how do we reach there? So our goals will be fixed to a great extent, but our route to reach the goal will have to be flexible, and we have to move fast, because things are changing so fast that the goalpost itself can change or may not be there when we reach there. And last but not the least, IndusNet has always been a long-term player. So I expect and wish and want that everybody should look at a long-term game. They should not look at a short-term thing, right? It takes time to build a company. It takes time to build a career. Nothing happens overnight. For IndusNet to reach this point, it has taken 22 years. The good thing is that we are extremely strong, we are extremely robust, and we will continue to work and grow in this way, which is work and grow on a sustainable and solid way, and not just something which is unsustainable, which is just a flash in the pan. This is not what is the style of what IndusNet is all about. So these are 7 core values of IndusNet that we all live by. So INT 3.0, again, I will send you the slide, but just to run you through the core messages of INT 3.0, what are we trying to achieve here? The team beyond average workforce. This means that our overall average capability and skill of the company has to be continuously improved. Bilateral accountability between leader and member. Focus on younger brains and training, providing them extensive training. Focus on young brains, young people who are coming in the workforce. Special group for emerging techs, so adopting new technology areas like UI, building UI UX capabilities, getting into new emerging techs. Obviously, we will pick up all these things, but the first goal for us right now is analytics, ML, and AI, and then we will get into other areas as well. I will talk a little bit about that as well. 100% remote employees. This was a vision that was discussed in our Stanford Immersion Week, in our Stanford workshop, and this has kind of come true in a very strange way that we see right now. I do not know if we can achieve 100% remote employees, but yes, I think we will definitely be able to achieve 75 to 80% remote team, and we should all put our best effort to work towards that. When I say remote teams, don't get bothered. For me, remote teams means people who can work from anywhere, wherever they are comfortable. If they are comfortable and able to contribute from their home, work from home. If they are comfortable to work from a business center, they can work from a business center. If they feel that office is what they really need to come and work, and then only they feel comfortable, they can come and work from the office also. At the end of the day, we will not really bother about where they are working from. And I think this is almost becoming a culture in the company, a forced culture, but a good one, I think. Ethics, continuous learning and training is part of the ethics that we want to live with. No bureaucracy. I do not want to look at IndusNet 3.0 as a company which is large, but there is a lot of internal conflicts, bureaucracy. So process is a mean to achieve goals, is not the goal in itself. So this I just want to make sure that you all understand that at the end of the day, if a goal has been achieved, if a goal has to be achieved, and if the process has to be tweaked to achieve the goal, we should do that. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is that the goal must be achieved in the right spirit. And if the process is a hindrance to the goal, we should collectively think about how to improve that process overall, right? And as I said, no entitlements, which is very important characteristic for me, and I'm sure for all of you. Because you all are performance-driven people. You don't want people just to be praised because they are born privileged, right? So processes, a strong delivery team with scalable processes is important. I think this has all been discussed with the small transformation team we built, and we are all going to work on these as the core objectives of IndusNet for future. Checklist, standardization, knowledge sharing, focus on young people and training of them, special group, ownership and leadership development. How do we develop leadership inside the company? Less non-billable, 100% accountability on efforts and optimization, right? I think you already seen work on change on that front. Every hour that we are spending for clients, for whatever purpose, that must be considered, and we must be very, very considerate and accountable for the hours that we are putting for our clients, right? Because they are going to ask for more and more accountability. So though there will be huge opportunity, I think customers will be very, very cautious about what they are spending, and they will like to track each and every hour that they are paying for. They will not be very kind if they are not getting fair return on investment of the hours and time that they are paying us for, right? Last but not the least, rewards. How do we create employee stock option schemes? How do we create excellence bonus? These are part of INT 3.0 vision that we have seen here. So the new look of the logo, I'm not going to really run through the entire part of it. I'll send it to you as a PowerPoint. You can download it. You can have a look at it. But the whole idea is that the circle that you see reflects our global service capability and presence, right? We want to be a global company. So the round that you see, the hello around the INT that you see is basically our global dream. The font is basically strong legacy over the shows. It's a very strong font. If you see, it's visible from far away, and it's white, which is again shows transparency. And the whole idea here is strong legacy of over 2 decades in a hyper-dynamic industry, bold ambition of its young and capable team, and bold attitude to change the established players in the world, and which is, I think, we will enjoy the most together, right? And it's a simplified version of IndusNet Technologies. INT is already, you use the word INT in your daily language, and that is why we have used this word as a logo of the company. And the abbreviation is already in use, and it also makes us look like a global company. It is not just does not make us look like a local Indian company, but it makes us look like a global company. The color represents the dynamism, the excellence, the focus on excellence, professionalism, reliability, and loyalty. The logo can embrace other colors, and that's the beauty of this whole new presence. So you will see the logo has changed colors in different scenarios. So if we are doing something fun, the logo might become red. If we are doing something which is to do with environment, the logo may become green. But the overall message of the company remains the same. And that is how we want to also show to the world that how adaptable we are. We can adapt to the change in the world, but INT remains the same. The full stop is very important element of it. I'm sure we come from the land of Vivekananda, and Vivekananda said a very important line, which is very important for all of us: rise, awake, and stop not till the goal is achieved. So the goal of IndusNet is to obviously, play a dominant role in shaping how the digital world evolves in days to come, and how companies benefit from applying digital in their business. And we will continue to work on it. It's not a goal that can be achieved and that can be put on side. So we will continue to work hard towards that. And we deliver. I think we all know one thing, that IndusNet is extremely committed to delivering the project. Whatever may happen, things can go wrong, the company can incur losses, but at the end of the day, whatever may happen, we definitely deliver. So I think we deliver is one single line that encompasses the fundamental, I would say, differentiator of IndusNet. People may find that this is a very basic thing, but I think if you ask a customer, they will say there are lots of companies, they say great things, but most of the companies don't deliver the project. They leave it half-hearted. And I think that is one thing very strong about IndusNet, is that we do everything to make sure that the project is delivered. And what do we deliver? We deliver digital success. We are not delivering just a project. At the end of the day, the project has to bring success to our clients, and that also brings in our customer-centric attitude, also gets reflected. So this overall is our logo and our byline or our core statement of the company. As you know, IndusNet over last 15-20 years, we have run many initiatives. If you see, it's very crowded. So the next goal for IndusNet will be to fix this crowd. Overall, as a business, we will focus on making sure that we embrace simplicity and we embrace focus. So if you see a lot of these brands, we will either consolidate in some place, or we will remove the brand, or we will reinvent the brand in some other way if it is really required and it is aligned with the future plan of IndusNet, right? So obviously, the three things which are most important for the company is technology, marketing, and analytics. We have got a technology company which is IndusNet. We have a marketing business which is TechShoe. Analytics, as I said, either we will build or we will buy. We have a beautiful small product company inside IndusNet. A lot of people in our Stanford workshops said that IndusNet should become a product business, and we have beautiful products inside the company. And one of them is called Breeze. I think it's high time, since Breeze has already been sold and is being used by many customers, that Breeze as a business should come mainstream. And that is why you see Breeze has been positioned here in this screen as one of the 4 major group companies and strategic investments for IndusNet. So we will work on that, and we will continue to evolve that. And I think you all of you are aware of IndusNet Foundation, which is our charity arm, which again, the focus here is again learning. What we are trying to do with IndusNet Foundation is to teach poor children in rural India, especially in rural Bengal, where we are making English education easier and simpler for them. You will be shocked to know that almost students in class 5 and 6, they are not able to even read one single line of English, and they are not able to comprehend that. So the challenge is that we don't know where they will end up being 10 years from now if their overall English comprehension skill is so poor, because then they will be left behind. And this is what we are looking at, is what we call digital divide. So people who have got access to technology and information and knowledge, they will be on a much higher plane, whereas unfortunately people who are devoid of those basic benefits, I would call them as essential benefits of life, they will unfortunately lag behind for no fault of theirs. So what we are trying to do at IndusNet Foundation, which right now has a beautiful corpus, and it's already doing some projects with around 550 students, but it will increase to almost 100,000 students over next 5 years time, is basically take English education and comprehension skills to children in the rural part of the country through technology again, through mobile-based technology, where English is being taught remotely from Kolkata, because we know, unfortunately, most of the people who want to bring change, they don't want to make a change in their lifestyle, and which we accept and understand. So if you ask good English teachers to go and work in villages for these kids, very few of them will like to sacrifice their lifestyle and do that. So we are trying to work on models and methods where the teachers and the people who are driving the initiative can stay in Kolkata, and the education can still be delivered in the village through some facilitators. And that's working out quite beautifully. A full report is available if you are interested. I will post the full report on IndusNet website of what has been achieved till now, how many kids have, what is the progress that the kids have seen in their life. And this initiative till now is fully funded by IndusNet, but we will also open this initiative for other clients and even employees of IndusNet. If they want to come forward and work on this initiative, it will be open to all of them. So the IndusNet 3.0 dream is obviously the most important elements of this I will talk. Number one is obviously that we should be at least a 3x company in next 5 years time. Again, we are not taking a very aggressive growth path, but we want to make sure that we never slip down. Whatever we do, we should continuously walk up. We will also look at a possibility of going for IPO, provided we can meet this kind of numbers, because anything below this, it doesn't really make sense, because the overheads are so high in terms of running the company with an IPO company that we want to make sure that we definitely have this kind of a turnover before we even consider that. For me, very important is we should be working with Fortune 500 brands, either through partners or directly. And most importantly, that 1 billion consumers should be impacted through INT's work. And that is one reason why, even though government projects in India do not really make a lot of money for IndusNet, but we continue to work there, because that work creates impact of an INT's work reach as many people as we wish it to reach. One of the beautiful ambitions that we always carry is that large universities like Stanford and Harvard include INT in their case study as how a company which came out of the hinterlands of technology, like Kolkata, which is not known for technology business, how a company came from there and became a major player in the field of technology, not only in India but globally. So this is one thing that we have to achieve and we have to earn. It will not be presented on a plate to any of us. So we will all have to work towards that. And things which are related to you all is we want to make sure that it is a place which is recognized as the best place to work in the country, primarily because the opportunity it provides you, because of the kind of challenge it provides you to work upon, and because the kind of flexibility it provides you to work. So that are the three main parameters by which I will see that we are becoming one of the major places to work, most important places to work in the country. And so this is what we want to achieve. And I would like to conclude my today's session with the same statement that Swami Vivekananda said: "Rise, awake, and stop, not till the goal is achieved." And from here on, I expect and look forward IndusNet to be an unstoppable force with a new energy, with a new desire to excel and to win in this global market. Thank you, everyone. This is what I wanted to convey. This was the hidden news which a lot of people want to know, and I wanted INTians to be the first set of people to know about this great news. The new brand identity is coming out. I will be more than happy wherever you want to share it. You can share it from now onwards. It was hidden from the external world, and as INTians, it would be most amazing when you share it with the external world rather than I share it. Thank you, everyone.